It's Criterium Day here at the Redlands Bicycle Classic for the pro men. Most of the climbing is behind us before we head to Sunset Loop tomorrow. But Frankie, today it's all about 90 minutes of intense Criterium racing.
Yeah, a 1 mile circuit is about 9 corners. It's very technical. And Rivard actually lost 11 seconds yesterday. So the yellow jersey, I think some other teams might sense some weakness that they're going to be going after. And you have to remember, there's a lot of riders that come just to be able to try to win the Criterium. They don't care about the rest of the race. So it's going to be very fast, and that's why Redlands is one of the fastest races in the U.S.
The GC battle is heating up, and this is one of the few opportunities for the sprinters. You're watching the 2018 Redlands Bicycle Classic, presented by the San Manuel Band of Mission Indians. Another day in yellow for the young Thomas Rivard of Hagens-Berman Action. He has been tremendous this week along with his team. They have just been all over the front and more on tap to defend the yellow today.
You know, I really tend to like Crit Day. I'm the U23 National Crit Champion, so I don't really get nervous on Crit Day. You know, having the yellow jersey is definitely a little bit of pressure, but, you know, it's the same thing that I deal with all the time wearing the stars and stripes, so I'm kind of used to it now.
Well, right from the gun, Hagens-Berman Action decided to be able to control everything. 90 minutes of race, and they decided to be able to go straight to the front. All 8 riders lined up with Rivard in yellow, sitting in that protected position. And many people say riding on the front is the safest place to be.
Well, despite multiple attacks early on in the race, no one was able to get away. Hagens-Berman Action just kept this one on lockdown for the first 20 minutes until this happened. The neutralization in the race, a crash on the backside of the course, caused the officials to shut the race down in the interest of safety. That caused a reset and brought everyone back to the line for a restart.
With 15 to 20 riders going down, they had to make sure that everybody had a chance to be able to go into the pit, be able to take a free lap and get back into the race. One of those caught up into that because the race happened right near the front was Michael Rice from Hagens-Berman Action. They were thinking about giving him a stage win, but now he was going to be working for Thomas Rivard, trying to protect that yellow jersey. And then one rider was able to get away.
This is a Volo's Luis Villabos making his solo move in the green and yellow jersey. A great solo move, but just couldn't get any help, so he was brought back rather quickly.
The Avolo rider, with no help from anybody, eventually reeled back in, and then 8 laps to go. This was the move that had a chance to be able to stick. Ruben Campagnoni from Haloesca Citadel, Johnny Clark from United Healthcare, and Oliver Flott from Cyclist, all 3 of them working very well together and building up a gap of over 20 seconds.
Yeah, these 3 guys were all in. No big GC threats here. All of the intermediate sprints were behind them, so it was all about the finish as this break of 3 tried to roll it to the line. We saw a successful breakaway in the women's race, but would the men be able to do the same?
Caught just after 2 laps to go, it was Elevate KHS that had controlled everything in the final 2 laps, trying to lead out their sprinter, Scott Law, the Australian, but in the final corner, risking everything. I don't know how he stood up, but it was Sam Bassetti coming out of that last corner.
The boys in blue take over when it matters inside 2 laps to go, and they set their sprinters up perfectly. As Bassetti gets the win, his teammate Scott Law goes second, and Sebastian Haedo from United Healthcare has to settle for third.
Oh yeah, I was on the edge. You know, it was, I'm gonna make this corner or I'm gonna crash, and that's kind of how sprinting is. And when it works out, it pays off with a win. This is huge. You know, I've been doing this race for 6 years now, and to come away with a result like this, it's really big for me, and it's really big for Elevate KHS Pro Cycling.
Big stage win for Elevate KHS. Not much change in the GC. Thomas Rivard did pick up 1 second today in the yellow jersey competition in the mid-race sprint. He ended up 3rd there, so he got a second taken off of his GC time. That puts him now 24 seconds ahead of Project Echelon's Lionel Maudet and 33 seconds ahead of Sean Bennett from the Hagens-Berman Action team. Once again, the yellow jersey, it's all going to come down to the final day on the Sunset Loop Road Race at the Redlands Bicycle Classic, presented by the San Manuel Band of Mission Indians.